Yo, what's good, man? What's good, man? What's good, y'all boys, man? We back with another vid, man. You already know. Back with the reactions and stuff, man. We're going back to gameplay too. I got another good gameplay for y'all. Since y'all been going crazy on the 2K vid. It's at 104 views already. Well, it's probably at more now. But I just dropped it 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? I get happy with all my 100 views, 50 views. So y'all keep running me up, man. 1K is on the way, bro. That's when we're gonna be next height. You know, that's when we're gonna do the next video. Thank you for 1K, man. That's when we're gonna do it, bro. But y'all keep running me up, man. Put me out there, bro. This is my dream, bro. This is all I wanted to do, like in life, man. Just entertain y'all, man. Have fun. And just enjoy life, bro. Cause working for the other people, I don't think I can work all the rest of my life, man. But I do want to work for myself, you know what I'm saying? Be an entrepreneur for myself, you know what I'm saying? So once I get big and, you know, be able to start buying houses, start flipping houses, you know, put them out as Airbnbs and stuff like that. I ain't gonna tell y'all a plan. I ain't gonna tell y'all full plan what I'm gonna do with my career. But, you know what I'm saying? Let's just start right here at the platform, man. Let's get me running, though. But today, man. Y'all remember the show, not like Pimp My Ride and like My Cribs, MTV My Cribs and stuff like that. How all these rappers and stuff it was just showing all these nice cribs and this and that and the third. Bro, kind of find out, I think some of those was fake, bro. And I don't say that just to say it. We're about to actually react to a video that's saying this shit was fake. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, I don't want to talk about it no more, bro. Let's get straight into the vid, bro. Straight like that.
They were rented. Robbie Williams' castle home, it belonged to someone else. MTV Cribs wasn't exactly legit.
And we said that was my house.
Oh, that wasn't your house?
No, it's all lies.
And nothing shows this better than the episode with Ja Rule. He flexed his 5-bedroom mansion on Star Island in Miami, where he talked about living beside other famous celebrities. The house was so familiar that Ja Rule named each area, calling his courtyard the Open Paradise, which was patrolled by his guard dog Cookie. It was shown in the intro that the property was a rental, but this was assumed to be on a long-term basis, given he knew almost everything about the mansion. However, as it turns out, Ja Rule's house on Cribs was actually a 4-day rental, which was exposed in the most embarrassing way.
Just imagine flexing and that whole time shit is a rental. Like, why? But like, you know how like hating that nigga, like, come on, bro, you know that's not your crib, bro. We was just staying here 4 days ago, just partying, bro. That's all we did. It's not your house. Like, you know how them hating ass niggas be. Hold on.
By lawsuit, Ja Rule paid $46,000 for the 4-day lease, promising the mansion's owner it'd be used as a private home for 8 adults with no video shoots and no loud parties. Well, Ja Rule broke all 3 conditions, shooting his MTV episode whilst having a party with over 600 people. In the process, holes were punched in the walls, furniture and doors were damaged, the driveway somehow cracked, while condoms and syringes were left throughout the house. As a result, Ja Rule and MTV were sued for $1 million, but at least it looked like a house that Ja Rule would live in, as the Yin Yang twins' crib was laughably out of character. The Atlanta gangster rapping duo opened the door revealing the most suburban house, filled with fish tanks, sailing boats, and sea-related artwork.
We waving like the sea. We decorated this ourselves now.
That mansion was definitely decorated by some old white people.
I would say, yeah, definitely, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, it don't even look like some stuff like the Yin Yang twins have. Like, you see how the Yin Yang twins dress, right? Like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit what they, you know what I'm saying, what they do. Not saying they gotta live like in the hood or nothing like that. But I'm saying, no, they can be rich and live lavish. But it doesn't fit. Like, the cars don't fit. The cars probably don't fit. The house, nigga, that definitely look like an old white person's house. Like, that just, they been built there and they put pictures. Look at the picture in the background. Like, just look at the picture in the background. Look at the pictures in the background. That's not something that they have a picture with either them or like some like other like, you know what I'm saying, bit rapper before them. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have some like color, you know what I'm saying, duration in it somewhere. They're not just gonna have straight white walls, bro. I'm just saying.
not the Yin Yang twins.
This is clearly just a random old white guy's house that likes to fish and likes boats.
That even argue over where they bought appliances and had to improvise names for each of the fish. You can tell the Yin Yang twins have never been in that house. It seemed they at least owned the vehicles at the end, as the cars displayed by Bow Wow were rented for the show. He was just 18 years old during his first Cribs appearance, but despite having starred in some high-profile movies, it seemed unrealistic that he could afford a 6-bedroom mansion and a fleet of luxury cars. With his name airbrushed above his bed, it seemed as though Bow Wow at least owned the house, although the luxury vehicles were a little more suspicious, because 2 years later he'd go on the show again, during which a viewer made an observation. We had MTV Cribs running in the background and watched 21-year-old Bow Wow show off his bachelor pad in Miami, along with his pimped out Bentley, Lamborghini and Cadillac Escalade. But then we noticed the word prestige at the bottom of all 3 cars and decided to Google prestige rental car.
I just thought about it. Bro. It's not even the fact that he couldn't actually have them cars. It's not the fact that he couldn't actually have them cars. But at the same time, he probably didn't. I don't think he planned it ahead of time. Like, I feel like he could have bought the cars because, like he said, he was big back in his movies, so like he could have actually bought them cars. But like, I don't think he was planning it ahead of time. I don't think he planned it ahead of time to actually go buy the cars. I think he just was like, I need to do something real quick, and he's probably just rented all 2 cars. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, for the video shoot. But if you got somebody that's gonna do this, then yeah, you just gonna get exposed, and it's just what it is.
Miami, and what do you know, there it was. Prestige was the name of the company that Bow Wow rented the cars from, which was likely encouraged by the show, as Birdman also used the service during his appearance. Regardless, people clowned on Bow Wow, stating, "Ha ha ha, I wonder if he rented the condo too," which by looking at his life was also highly likely. For example, he'd post his Ferrari to his Instagram, writing, "Take the drop top to the night spot, keep the California in California, we went hard tonight, Grammy weekend," which was then reposted by a car rental company who accidentally exposed our good friend Bow Wow pulling up to the Grammys with our Ferrari California. 1 year later, it was exposed.
Hey, God, they green. Hey, bro, go ahead. Just the nigga said, this nigga finna not take all the clout thinking he bought this shit. It's my car, nigga. I'm weak.
Was for flexing a rented Hollywood mansion, but the worst example was in 2017 when he'd post this to his Instagram. He showed the private jet he was taking to his concert, yet the very same day this Snapchat went viral. So this guy Lil Bow Wow is on my flight to NY, but on Instagram he posted a picture of a private jet caption traveling to NY today, shaking my head. Turns out Bow Wow's picture of his private jet had been taken from a limo company's website, prompting people to dig even deeper, discovering he'd done this on more than one occasion. It seems his MTV Cribs episode led to years and years of faking luxury, but as mentioned in Bow Wow's expose, 50 Cent had done a similar thing. 50 Cent's episode was the definition of excess. He showed his 19-bedroom, 35-bathroom mansion, which included a squash court.
What the hell? What do you need so many bedrooms for? 19 bedrooms? God damn, him and all his homies just throwing parties all night without even disturbing each other. Like, this is crazy. 35, bro, what? Bro, that's a lot, bro.
Movie theater, recording studio, and its very own nightclub. Equally impressive was his car collection, which included 4 different rare collectible Ferraris, leading him to state,
"I know you ain't see these before when you was watching Cribs because everybody ain't got these."
Yet it seems 50 Cent didn't have them either. Each Ferrari had little numbers on their windshields, leading to a forum post reading, "If you notice the small white numbers in the top left-hand corner of the windshields on the F50 and Enzo, those are the numbers."
Niggas really be detectives, like, really go. Niggas really be going in, just make sure shit real, bro. Like, it's crazy.
of the cars that were in the Hartford Concorso parade, which was confirmed when the user posted these photos. Another forum member added, "It's pretty obvious that they aren't his, because it's a known fact that there's only one yellow Enzo in CT, which was owned by a pretty well-known hedge fund manager." Well, someone else then officially confirmed. The Ferraris are unfortunately not 50 cents. He invited my friend over to his house for this, and my friend let him use his cars for the episode, and they were filming some music videos that day as well. The Enzo F50 and 599 all belonged to one owner. When 50 Cent later filed for bankruptcy, he'd admit the cars were rented. He'd instead pay off debts by selling his mansion, therefore joining the likes of JoJo, who admitted to doing MTV Cribs while she was actually homeless. JoJo showed MTV through her Cape Cod vacation home, where she supposedly loved spending her
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
summers.
I feel disrespected. Like, I feel so disrespected. Like I gotta use somebody else's home just to goddamn go. No, bro, just don't do the video of me. I feel so disrespected. No cap. Like, bro, I'm famous, but I'm homeless. I won't even do it, bro. I was just like, bro, no, I'm not doing it. I don't have a house. Like, it's not like I don't know. Me personally, I won't be able to do it unless it's authentic. Like, cause like, bro, I'm such a real person. Like, I don't do like all the, like the fake gimmicks and stuff like that. And that's just like a really like it's really gonna like, how can I say it? Like, it's really gonna boost. You know what I'm saying? What I got going on. That's just really gonna do it, and I know it like it's for like a parody or something like that. But other than that, bro, like honestly, I'd rather just do it all like legit. Like MTV can come to my career now. You know what I'm saying? But at least I know it's all my shit. Like, you know, it's not really my house. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's rent. I'm renting, but like, you know what I'm saying? If I was to get a crib, and MTV come to my crib, I'm gonna make sure it's my shit. Like, give them evidence and everything. Anyway, I see it. I would never let no stuff happen like this. Like, where everybody can lift me up and be like, oh, nah, it was rented, this and third. Nah, no sir.
It was therefore a little weird that she'd invite her extended family, but she'd reveal the reason for this exactly 10 years later. JoJo was asked about the episode in a Huffington Post interview, to which she'd respond it was so ridiculous.
See?
The thing is, we didn't have a home at that point.
See? That's what I'm saying. See? I would have felt the exact same way. I'm like, bro, like, why did they make me do this?
My mum and I were living out of suitcases and were mostly in hotels. So that was actually my uncle's house on the Cape. That wasn't my house, that wasn't my stuff. I should have balled hard and been like, welcome to my crib, look at how luxurious it is, and I should have rented out a place. But no, I just used my uncle's crib. JoJo further clarified.
So we went to the Cape, which I've like never been to the Cape. I like never go to the Cape. And we said that that was my house.
Oh, that wasn't your house?
No, that was not my house. We brought in some like items that I had. It's all lies.
Should also answer the question,
why even bother doing the episode then?
For the exposure. Oh, okay.
but no
Yeah,
episode
see?
was faker.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, for the exposure, pretty much. That's what a lot of people do for exposure, bro. Even nowadays, like, a lot of people do stuff for exposure, and it's like, but now I think it's 10 times worse than now though. Like, people be dead ass hurting themselves just to get exposure, like just posting stuff, making themselves look ridiculous just to get exposure now, bro. But it's like, it's crazy. But like I said, she basically said the same thing.
Than the one by Robbie Williams. He showed MTV his massive British castle, talking about the spots where he'd been snapped by paparazzi. He then shows his group of friends before making a joke.
I don't really know these people, but what I do is I actually phone Rent-A-Friend.
But apparently he'd also phoned Rent-A-Castle. You see, the building was so big that people recognized it as the famous St. Catherine's Court, which was owned by someone else completely, Jane Seymour. She had no idea that Robbie ever went there, or that he'd hired a fake butler to help out with the shoot. It wouldn't be until 17 years later that Robbie finally admitted, we didn't let Jane know that I was gonna pretend it was my house. And because I was like 23 and full of spunk, I didn't even consider other people's thoughts or feelings. So I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to Jane Seymour, but it might not have even been Robbie Williams' fault. Because Redman explained in a DJ Vlad interview that MTV tried to get him to rent a house for Cribs.
They wanted me to rent a house so I can open the big double doors and shit like, yo, look at my shit, you know.
With MTV trying to choose the home themselves.
The first thing they said was, all right, we got a couple of houses picked out for you.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, Redman simply refused.
And I said, you know what?
See?
No, I don't want to rent a house.
Redman, just like me, I would have said the exact same thing. Nah, bro, I'm good. I ain't gonna lie. I would have said the exact same thing, bro. I would have said, bro, nah, I'm good. I'd rather just, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather buy me a house, Cause it's not that they don't got the money to do it. You know what I'm saying? They got the money to do it, but it's like when you forcing it, it's like.
House. I want y'all to come to my house.
Yeah.
Accidentally making the show's most relatable episode. He brought MTV Cribs to his 2-bedroom apartment where he ironed his shirts on the floor
that's exactly
and
what I
flexed
would've
his
did.
frozen fish fillets. Redman's
That's
recording
10 times
studio
realer.
was just a messy bedroom, whilst the rest of his house was
times
in
realer,
such
bro.
disarray, you could barely notice his cousin sleeping on the ground. He concludes the episode stating, "Next time y'all need to find me, just rub these 2 wires for the doorbell."
Don't worry about the screen too. You know it's still good.
The realest episode of MTV Cribs. Redman didn't fake it like other celebrities.
That's real though. That's facts, bro. I wouldn't fake it either, bro. Like I said before. Hey y'all, hey y'all got nigga on. Y'all got nigga on. Comment down below which one was the funniest one, bro. Cause that's crazy. They really went back just to expose people, bro. That's crazy. But man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. We on to the next one.